Good morning, everybody. It's Teepa and Matthew. And here in the States, and I know that's not the case in other locations around the world, even our neighbors up north have already done this. It's called Thanksgiving is coming up for those who celebrate. And Thanksgiving is a national holiday of giving thanks, of having gratitude. And in the world of living with brain changes, we often want to use ritual and tradition and things we've always done to celebrate, to come together, to be together, to spend time, to enjoy, to have, and to do. And in some other work that we've been doing over the last couple of weeks, webinars and some other work in general, we've talked about the value of the 8 S's when it comes to holidays. And so we've talked about the value of keeping things short, much shorter than we used to, much simpler than we used to. Like simplify it so that we can enjoy it. Simplify. Just don't make it such a big deal, you know? And then we've talked about the idea of making it smaller, really thinking how many people should come together at a time, how many voices, how many movements, how many children, how many adults, how much is enough, how much is too little, how much is too much. Sort of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears here. Um, and then it's finding the right spaces to do this. What's the right space? So we could pick a space that has traditionally been a very familiar space, but now there's something about it that's not working. I mean, or maybe it's working great for some people, but not for others. Maybe the way I use the space or having people in the space is feeling different for someone. And so finding the right space for each person to be. And so, whereas before you could be anywhere with me, now maybe you need to be on my right hand side and nobody needs to be over on my left because it's too distracting for me. Maybe we only have a few props out in my space rather than a lot. So, another S can be the social. Is my social a good match? Whereas before I used to tolerate a lot of social, okay, that's a lot. But it was important to get together so I could tolerate some stuff that wasn't quite a comfortable fit. But now instead, I may react to that in a way that's uncomfortable for others. I may say something, do something. I may choose to not be present because it's too much, or I don't want others present because their presence is too much or too evocative of other people that I'm missing. So the idea of the right social match, the right space match. The third one is the right sensory match. Am I smelling the things I like to smell? Am I tasting the things? Am I seeing and hearing things? Is it the sensory things I like, but I'm getting so excited, so energized that I don't know how to bring myself back into a space of comfortable because I'm revved to the gills. Or maybe it's so much and too much that I'm reacting to that in a fairly uncomfortable way for people or distressed way for others or myself. And then, of course, we have the other S that's actually a fake S, and it's called circadian rhythm. Are you matching the activity that I want that's most important to the time of day when I am at my best to engage in this activity? So this is where always, like it's like we're going to get together in the morning and we're going to do the prep, and it's like if I'm a morning person, cool. But then maybe don't expect me for dinner because I did my prep, or maybe I need a siesta and then I can come back online for like the dinner part. Maybe I don't know, but it's time to really look at circadian patterns for each of us. Because here's the thing, if you're not at your best, I'm not sure that's going to help either. Um, and who else is not at their best at 5 p.m.? Well, the answer is a lot of people. So maybe even looking at, do we want to do Thanksgiving dinner earlier? Do we want to do it at 2 in the afternoon? I mean, do we want to do it as a late lunch? Do we want to do it more as a brunch? I don't know the answer, but I know we're getting real close to the holiday to be making these choices, which means here's your last S, and then I'm going to take us somewhere else. Your last S is how satisfying does this feel? If it's not satisfying, it's time to switch traditions. Now switch rather than sustain something that isn't work. Matthew, where do you think I'm going to take us next?
Yeah, yeah. So is it really talking about like the things that we can consider that could be those switches, things that we could start to look at when we head in that direction? Because I think how many years have we been talking about holidays and using our pipes and our five Ps and trying to figure
We
this out?
doing it a lot. And yet, what I'll still hear is, well, everybody wants to come. I will say, Matthew, here was the real excitement for me. At Snow Approach Foundation, one of our families raised her hand on Friday at our education support group and said, I did something that was really hard, but I'm really proud of myself. 14 family members said they couldn't wait to get here for Thanksgiving and they were going to plan to spend the day with us. It was 3 families and they were all going to come. They were going to surprise us. Another S, not one of the S's I recommend, by the way. Big no on the surprise anymore. Surprise dementia is surprising enough. We do not need to add a new surprise. So guess what she said?
Did you call pause or something
She
else?
went, wow, you
Oh,
all put all this energy into planning this. Oh man, I sure wish you had said something because I feel super bad about this,
hmm,
that we're not in a place where we're going to be able to do that. As hard as that is for me to say, I could let you do it and we could have a really big surprise and not a good one. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to suggest, new S, that we plan out, you guys come, but you may want to, I'll look and see what's available hotel wise. Because the house is relatively small and what we used to be everybody cram in and it would all be okay. It's not going to work.
no.
It really won't. I mean, the need to do things differently is really strong right now. So I'm going to help you find spaces, and then I'm going to suggest that each of the families comes for a bit here, but I would love for y'all to get together at and I'll get you a list of places that have lots of big tables and places to sit and eat on other times. But we're really going to need to tone it down. And
Mm.
I'm sorry that we didn't get together and plan it more carefully.
Okay, so Teepa, I want to pause. Speaking of pauses,
Yeah.
wow, how amazing that was for them to do that in that moment. Because often I think people have this ultimate feeling of, I don't want to disappoint anybody. I don't want to upset anybody. Okay, I guess we'll try to figure out how to make this work. And that idea, the courage that it takes to
Mhm.
say, wow, thank you all so much. Let's pause here a second and think of something
Yeah,
different that we can try. And that being the other piece, it's that let's see what we can try where
that's
we
right.
can still do something. It may be different and it may not be what we've done before or how we were thinking it was going to be, but we're still going to try something. And it's not, okay, that's not going to work. Sorry. We're just not going to participate this year. Or,
Yeah.
yeah, let's not do that at all.
Yeah,
And then that
nobody
might
was abandoning anybody, but it was an acknowledgement of, wow, things have really shifted since last year, since last time we did this. And I, I there wasn't any, I thought we talked about this. I mean, because that wouldn't help. It would just be a shaming thing. That's not another S that we want.
happen.
So it was really, wow, you guys, I just wish I'd known because I could have like really helped a little earlier, making alternate arrangements so that we can do it, but we can't do it exactly like we've done it before. Um, and frankly, if we'd known in advance, I could have asked Snow Approach if we could use their space for Thanksgiving for some of the time because it was like, yeah, that's all good because we do stuff like that here. I mean, that's one of our space uses is like when families come together and they use space. We got a
Yeah.
lot.
And how amazing. And the space already being set up to help support depending
Yeah.
on how many people and what's happening and all of those pieces. And so
Yeah.
Teepa, I'm curious. So this was an amazing, again, very courageous. The person really noticed what is going to work and what, oh shoot, we might need to try different or get some help on. Okay, so now on the other side, where unfortunately, like I mentioned before, often people feel like, okay, we have to make this happen.
All right.
We have to
Yep.
do this, and we
Yep.
get there and we do this. And unfortunately,
It does not go
things
well for our
happen.
person. Our person says, listen, I got to get out of here. I'm going home. I've had enough of this. This is either that or they throw you out of their house. But in this case, I'm getting out of here. I'm not doing this. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. So what we have for you is a video. And the video clip is I'm going home. And what you're going to watch is how you transition this. Now, I want to point out this is less than 3 minutes because it was done on TikTok originally. So this is me, and I'm going home, and it's cold out, and I don't care. And the other is my daughter, Abby. So let's see what happens here. Now, you'll see it the way that we don't want to see it first, and then you'll see it the way we would like to see it. So you'll see, and then you'll see, oh. So let's see how it goes.
Mom, what are you doing out here?
I want to go home. Come take me home. Yeah, come on, take me home.
You live here.
No, I don't.
Yes,
This is your house. This isn't my house.
This is where
Take
you
me
live
home.
with me now.
Why are you doing this?
Mom, come back inside. This
No,
is
I'm not
silly.
going to go
It's too cold
inside.
out
I'll
here.
just walk
To where?
home.
No, this is your home.
Oh,
Mom, what are you doing out here?
I want to go home. Take me home. I want to get out of here.
You're wanting to go home.
Yeah,
You're wanting to get out of here.
get me out of here. I need to
You're not-
go.
Here is not
I
right.
want to get home.
You want to get home.
Yeah,
All right. So,
yeah.
look, I've got food on the stove. Can we eat first and then we'll get out of here?
Well, you can eat. I'm not hungry.
All right. Can you come
Yeah,
help me
I mean,
finish up?
but don't trick me.
You don't want to be tricked.
No.
No, I'm not going to
So
trick you.
after we eat, you
After
eat, or
we
we eat, or whatever, you're going to take me.
We'll get in the car and go for a ride. Yep.
I want to go
And
home.
you're wanting to go home.
Yeah.
We'll get in the car.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not staying long.
No, we're just having
Okay.
food. All right. Thank you.
So when we go back in, Matthew, do we go with the big group or do we pause and not go with big group and just the two of us are going to sit and maybe eat something? Because I could very well be hungry. I could very well be tired. I could very well, and that's where I want to go home. But do we want to go back to what we were doing before, which drove me out of the house in the first place?
No, I think you just answered the question there, Teepa. Yeah, no, I don't think we want to go back to exactly the way that it was before, because that is giving us a clear sign what was happening isn't working. It is really not happening for the person who we're wanting to support. And so how can we start to make shifts? And what you just pointed out, one of the big shifts we can make, how can we shift away from the big, everybody together, lots of noise, lots of things happening, to something smaller, something quieter, something that isn't so overwhelming, because that could be one of the big things happening in this moment. That's just too much.
Or the unmet needs that I might have, that because we were so involved in the big stuff, we forgot some of those little unmet needs that come in real handy. All right, everybody, if you are interested in watching that video clip again without all the surround, or you're interested in the 8S's, let us know. If you click, Matthew's going to put a link in there in a couple minutes, and it will take you to that video clip. So you'll be able to take a look at it. I'll put the slide up that has the 8S's on it and send that to Matthew, and it'll take a couple minutes here, but that way you'll have that resource too. What are my 8S's? And again, this isn't because I want to ruin your vacation or your trip or your time with people, because there are people who love people so much, but there'll be payback later. So it's not that I'm saying don't keep your traditions. I'm saying look at your traditions and see if they still match the situation that you find yourself in. And if they don't, switch. If they do, I'll celebrate because it's satisfying. All right, everybody. Till next time, take care of yourself. Take care with your care. And we will give you something on Thanksgiving morning. So happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Teepa. Bye, everybody.